had a conversation about the WNBA
Easy.
this week. And so it was dope to find out that we had a slight competition between two of the best shooters in both leagues, right?
Facts.
So who we had? Sabrina Inacia?
So Sabrina Ionescu.
Ionescu.
Yeah, she went to Oregon University from 2016 to 2020. Right. She got drafted in 2020 by the New York Liberty.
I remember seeing some of her highlights, I think in like college or high school.
She crazy. She actually she holds the record in NCAA for the most triple doubles. For the most triple doubles currently.
Okay. So she competed against Steph Curry for the 3-point contest.
Correct. And they just did one round of it. Basically two of the best shooters in their own rights.
Let's give her all due respect first by saying the 3-point line in WNBA in college is different than the NCAA and in
NBA. Yep, correct.
Farther. Correct. The men's league is farther for the 3-point lines than it is in the women's league, right?
Correct.
And she got how many points?
So she had 26. She had 26.
Steph had what, 29?
Steph had 29.
That's crazy.
And that's the thing, I see some people online where, she was using a WNBA basketball. Man, cut that out.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. She was shooting from the regulation line, college and NBA. I mean, come on now. Like, quit with the ball. Like, come on.
His hands are whatever size they are in comparison to hers.
Yeah.
And the ball that they use, it's still the accuracy that's involved.
Come on.
The athleticism that's involved.
And got 26 of them things.
Stars are the lights are shining bright.
And the first ever this. So the 3-point competition between a WNBA player and an NBA player, this was the first time that been done.
I like it.
I like it too. They should do it more. I wish they would have did it back in the day with like Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore and folks like that. But I love that they're doing it like that. My thing that I think, and kind of an idea I was thinking about when I saw it, once Caitlin Clark, shout out to Caitlin Clark, she goes to Iowa University. She just actually got the NCAA all-time scoring record right now for points. It's 3,000 plus right now. It'd be dope to see her go against Steph next year. So if she ends up going into the WNBA draft next year, that'd be dope to see because she is insane when it comes to where she be shooting threes and stuff like that. Caitlin Clark is crazy. She's a crazy shooter.
Yeah, I've had my opinions about the WNBA just because of there's conversations obviously about men's league versus the women's league, the pay difference, how much they're paid in comparison to the women's league and all that. But I have my opinions, but there's also the fact that there's limitations that they have. A lot of the women in the WNBA
traveling.
Yeah, the amount of time that they spend in the league.
Yeah.
Without, there's some women that are pushing 40 or might have been older than 40.
And haven't even really been paid that much.
Haven't been paid as much. And
also, how they travel is not the same as the NBA. The locker room, the practice facilities, the gymnasiums.
They're not allowed to, the ones who are going to be the ones who kind of change the game once they get old enough to be able to be in the league. They're kind of forced into this way of playing that doesn't allow them to do the crazy dunks and the highlights and the type of the play that they do. It's not a 3-point game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way in which they're kind of coached as well.
Yeah.
So it kind of did change my opinion with the conversations that I did here recently.
It's super competitive for real.
Normally when we watch the WNBA, I don't like the fact there's opinions about women versus men's sports, But we pay a lot of attention to UFC, women's UFC.
Yeah.
We watch other women's sports,
Women's tennis.
highly competitive.
Yeah. Women's gymnastics.
That can destroy men even on the same
Oh, no,
field,
completely.
Right?
Even on a competitive level,
But
I like
about
WNBA. I like
basketball.
college women's basketball too.
We just haven't gotten to that point to where I'm seeing basketball as exciting as it is in the men's league in comparison to, like, I could watch UFC and be extremely excited whether I'm watching a women fight or whether I'm watching men fight. And so that's kind of what
understandable
I'm waiting for the WNBA to get to that.
I think it's getting there though. I think it's getting there. It's getting to the point, especially like women's college basketball is almost kind of helping WNBA a little bit as well too, because now you're starting to see, even like teams like South Carolina with Don Staley at the head coach. You're starting to see LSU, Angel Reese. Shout out to Angel Reese. They were in the NCAA women's finals last year versus Caitlin Clark. That was a clash of the Titans. Two great teams last year in LSU and Iowa University that went head to head, and Angel Reese and LSU. And the coach there, they ended up getting the win last year. Like, they're starting to talk a lot more about women's college basketball, and I love that it's in the news. I love that it's on Twitter. I love that it's trending, because I've always really loved watching women's college sports. It's just, and especially college basketball. But now it's great to see all these other schools and all these other teams be competing at a high level, where it's not just Gino Auriemma at UConn. Right. For years it was only Connecticut University, and now, I mean, look at Juju. Look at Juju Watkins at USC, freshman setting records. Juju going crazy. Shout out to Juju.
What about, do you think there's like some subtle underlying racial undertone going with the Caitlyn and
Angel
Reese thing?
I mean, you always gonna get a little bit of it.
Especially with basketball.
Oh no, especially with basketball.
There's like this.
Yeah.
Or you pull up to a regular court in the hood. Maybe not in the hood, wherever the court is. And you got a team of black dudes or women,
and then a team of white dudes or white women,
and the white dudes show up and they stretch in, and the stretches and
the Hoosiers.
There's always some sort of, like, basketball for me is like there's a little subtle racial undertone.
No, of course.
Football is a little bit as well in the, like, professional leagues, but
basketball you gonna see it because you see their faces.
Dog, you pull up on a regular court, you see the white boy or the white guy on the team, he's going to have the fundamentals in the shooting game. Right? So I feel like there's always some type of, like, little pit in basketball.
I mean, of course, and and they tried to do that last year at the finals. They were kind of trying. I saw it at the end of the day as two great players, two really good teams, but there's always gonna be some of those folks out there, and especially in the world, that still have a certain mindset, an ignorant mindset, where I try not to even give it a lot of energy for real, because at the end of the day, I
just like seeing
it's about what
good
you
athletes.
Do. It's about what you do,
good athletes,
how you play,
sure.
At the end of the day. So
for sure.
But
I like the competitiveness, obviously, and there's different styles of play. So I just appreciate it all. It's just more for the advancement of the sport. So as long as we get women sports to be at the same, I guess, pedestal as men, I'm all for it.
It honestly needs to be at the forefront. It needs to be at the forefront, because we, especially as a society, we cherish women's swimming. We cherish women's gymnastics. We cherish women's tennis. Shout out to Venus and Serena. We cherish
volleyball and
volleyball is praised and celebrated too.
That's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation. Hey, women's volleyball crazy though.
Volleyball is crazy, but have you seen women's softball?
Oh no, women. First of all, women in softball is some of the most competitive
Right.
stuff I've seen
The
before.
athletes take a lot of care of their body.
Yeah, not facts.
They make sure they take
Okay.
keep their shape intact.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's bad.
Volleyball, softball.